It's the NFL on EA Sports, as we see a team who left LA take on a team who came back home. It's the Raiders and the Chargers, coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Hi, everybody. Brandon Gardner alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, it's been a loss. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And it certainly hadn't taken Herbert long to earn his status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. Locked and loaded at every snap. And the second he sees an opening, that ball is soaring downfield. You better be on your toes against him on defense. The second you turn your head, he'll burn you.
Herbert off of play action. And that one too wide and incomplete. You look at this Raiders defense. They enter play ranked 8th against the run in the NFL.
They've established themselves as a top 10 run-stopping unit in the...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. He'll rifle this one deep right side, and unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that falls incomplete.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by Gardner Minshew, 6th-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6. You see the numbers in last week's game for Warren. 24 carries, 94 yards.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw it, Minshew. And it's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Yeah, Sanders now to return. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Here's Herbert. And the Raiders have got him. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Encroachment, defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long. Herbert. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. First carry of the game for Zamir White. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Minshew sets to throw. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. But you talk about the defense for these Chargers, and they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Holding, offense.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 9 catches, 69 yards, and a touchdown.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. 3rd and 5. Herbert now. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. They'll go play action here with Minshew. Now that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Here's Minshew. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. From the gun, Minshew to throw. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Now Herbert following the turnover. A quick throw, but incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
That's complete. It's Ladd McConkey. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. To the air again, Herbert. Short throw to Disley. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
That is caught, and down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. More from L.A. in a moment. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Now Minshew. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Now Sanders. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. The Chargers at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
45 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. They'll try the air now with Herbert. Short throw to Disley. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
1-yard line. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Here's Herbert. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Will Disley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers go up by 2 touchdowns. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Off play action, it's Minshew. His throw incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7.
At the 26-yard line.
Now it's Herbert. That's complete to Palmer. It'll go as a gain of 4. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Out of the gun is Minshew. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
But certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
That one complete to Trey Tucker. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Pass thrown to Adams. He's got it on the crossing route. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
First down, here's White. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. More from L.A. in a moment. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They run straight ahead here with White, and they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the Chargers' 16-yard line.
They keep it on the ground. White again. He will push his way down to about the 14. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. Fourth down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. This a 31-yard attempt. Carlson able to put this one through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So not exactly the response they were hoping for, but they'll take the 3 to at least get them on the score sheet.
Yeah, now's not the time to panic. All is well, somewhat calm, only down 14-0. So continue to play your game, take the points when they're there, and put the emphasis on your defense to go out and get you the football back.
J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 57 yards rushing for him now to this point. The Chargers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 3. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down.
Encroachment defense.
So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get
Automatic
into the
first down.
offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
Good work that time to get him to jump, and now here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Herbert. Incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
Offense.
Now they face. Second and long following the holding penalty. And the tight end goes in motion left. Operating from the gun. Herbert. That one completes to McConkey. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 41-yard line. How about 25 yards on third down? They'll take it.
And that's patience to be admired right there, because he looks left, looks right, and waits for the right guy to come open, spots him in the middle of the field, and delivers.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 41. Here's Herbert. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Open man downfield, it's Palmer. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of 35.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Herbert throwing again. He'll dump this one off to Hubbard. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Herbert now. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and goal situation. Herbert. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Will Dissling, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead in the 2nd quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. And not much happening on the return, as he'll get this to about the 23. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp, and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
2nd and 10. Here's Minshew. That's caught by Tucker. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. From the gun, Minshew to throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Minshew sets to throw. Incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback, and even a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
On 3rd down, they're going to go with the option. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the 1st. Here's A.J. Cole now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw here, Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. 36 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Short throw to Disley. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Short throw to Disley. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout. And they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Najee Harris, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, we head to the Big Apple, more specifically to MetLife Stadium in Jersey, to check on the Giants. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting New England Patriots. Devin Singletary, a touchdown run in the victory. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting Cleveland Browns. Nick Chubb, over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run. We're accustomed to seeing strong quarterback play. We got that in the first half from Justin Herbert. He threw 2 touchdown passes, ran for another, as his guys have the lead at halftime.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Yeah, this is going to put him back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Laube. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
Offside. Defense.
So naturally they will decline it. They got the first down anyway on the play.
Who needs a penalty when you picked up the first down through hard work and effort anyway? First down.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. Over the middle, he's got Mayer. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle. This is White. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Minshew. And his throw here's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
On 3rd down, a run from White. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. More from L.A. in a moment. On 4th down, here's Daniel Carlson for the Raider field goal. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. The kick by Carlson is good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Chargers offense and Justin Herbert getting set for this next drive. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Charger drive about to get going. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. In motion, the tight end. Now it's Herbert. Now this one finds McConkey. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. 4th down now after a loss of 2. On is the Chargers punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. The Raiders offense and their running back Zamir White getting set for their next drive. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'll go up the middle with White. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First down, Las Vegas.
A carry here for Laube. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. David Onyemata there on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Out of the gun is Minshew. Well, a tough throw there across his body. It's incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This is taken at the 18. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. The Charger defensive unit making their way back out there. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The Charger drive about to get going. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. They'll go again with Dobbins. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Here's a give to Dobbins running right. And Dobbins, he is not going to get there. They stop him short of the line to gain. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
They had 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Now a give to White, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving.
False start.
And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10. Off play action, it's Minshew. And that is incomplete. Nice coverage that time by Kaiser White.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Yeah, Sanders now to return. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at about the 32. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here's Herbert. That's complete to Palmer. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out. That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Las Vegas's offense back out there ready to go. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They'll go play action here with Minshew. A quick throw there is incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Looking deep for Adams. It got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 37 yards.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback, and he put it right where it needed to be.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. He'll look to throw. This is caught by Tucker. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
At the Chargers' 27-yard line.
Back to throw again. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's White. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Now back to throw. And incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Jacoby Myers, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook that can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this.
And that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter. Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. Oh, he shifts past him. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a 3rd and about 14.
Brings up 3rd and 14.
Here's Herbert. He'll dump this one off to Hubbard. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The drive starts with a run by White. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. More from L.A. in a moment. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll set up to throw. Staying on his feet. Good work by Minshew there to pick up the 1st.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Got his man, it's Warren. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
1st down, Raiders.
Here's Minshew. Buying time to his left. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll set up a throw. That's to the sideline and incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. Herbert now. Short throw to Disley. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 8.
At the 39-yard line.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football in the places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the first.
Now that's a killer because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a first down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looked like, you're exactly right. Looked like a for sure stop on 3rd, and then the tables turned. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dietrich Wise running through and dropping him for the sack.
Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Flushed out right. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad joke, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that first after the D blanketed his receivers, that's a backbreaker for the defense. They finished this drive off with 6, and this one could be over.
And the tackle there by Micah McFadden. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. They'll try the air now with Herbert. It's caught by Bryant. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Herbert. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it looking to pass. And it's nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Now a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Josh Palmer from 21 yards away. And the Chargers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And they can't bring him down. And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. The Raiders heading out to take over. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Minshew sets to throw. The pass taken in by Mayer. So 8 yards on the completion there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now Minshew. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
On 4th down, Minshew. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
It's 2nd and inches.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
2nd and 11. Someone moved, flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Throw going to be caught left side here by Granson. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Now it's Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble at 6, but now it's 4th.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. This to make it a 3-score game late. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And his kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And now here come the Raiders. it's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Looking to throw it, Minshew. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Complete to number 81. It's a gain of 6. First down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. On the out route, this is Adams with a catch. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 2 yards to go, second down. Again, Minshew looking to throw. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. And Devontae's going to have a Raiders first down as he'll be taken down at the 46. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Now throw out wide, going to be incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
That is caught. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Back to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the first down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Carlson on for the PAT. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. So it's a win here for the LA Chargers, and it was thanks to the fine play of their quarterback, CD, Justin Herbert.
Yeah, he was definitely the X factor. He had 3 touchdown passes, ran for another, and really had this defense grasping for straws throughout much of this ball game.
So for the Chargers, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Southern California, so long, everybody.